Good morning, sir.
National anthem, please.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's solo game, with love and...
Good morning, Mr. President.
Of the work done by the United Nations in terms of bringing amelioration to the devastation that is done in Ogoni land, and with all the protocols to get it resolved and bring peace and prosperity to Ogoni land. Mr. President, you promised that you are going to take steps to do this, and we're happy also, Mr. President, that this has happened by the provision of the $1 billion fund under the high-prep process to ensure clean up Ogoni land and ensure also return to normalcy in Ogoni land, Mr. President. In addition to that, Mr. President, you will also recall, Mr. President, that you have significant goodwill in Ogoni land. And this, without doubt, is demonstrated in everything that is happening in the last 6 years and prior to it, Mr. President. And one of it is the very fact that the Ogoni people have hope in you. They love you, Mr. President. And that's the very reason why they are here, Mr. President, to introduce the issues in Ogoni land in their very succinct form, and also to seek your further help and support to ensuring that prosperity and peace comes to Ogoni land ultimately, and also to bring a lasting solution to the devastation of the environment, which was brought about by obvious lack of bad practices in petroleum operation in the area, and which you have also curtailed by ensuring that those operations are no longer in the hands of those who are doing it today. And your wisdom, and your very informed wisdom, Mr. President, you delegated the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation and one of its subsidiaries to resume any work that is possible in Ogoni land through a very inclusive process, inclusive in the sense that it will also have greater involvement of the community and pay attention more especially to bringing back the environment to their normalcy. Mr. President, this is a very great event. I know this is a very clear mandate that you gave us to ensure that we're able to bring back peace, prosperity to the Ogoni land, to complete the cleanup to the best possible level that is possible, in line with all the protocols that is established by the United Nations. Mr. President, it's therefore my singular honor and privilege, Mr. President, to invite distinguished Honorable Peggy to introduce the team, and thereafter other protocols will follow. Thank you, Mr. President.
Today, Friday, 22nd October 2021. We wish to thank Your Excellency immensely for the honor and privilege of this visit. It's a testimony to your commitment to the Ogoni people. As Ogonis, we believe in the unity of Nigeria, as our survival is best guaranteed in the larger Nigerian nation. And Mr. President, I'm sure you're not hearing this for the first time. I told you this exactly to 2013 when I visited you in Kaduna. Mr. President, Ogoni land and its people recollect your promise to implement the INEP recommendations on the amelioration and remediation of the devastation caused by years of oil spills in our land, and the consequent commencement of work by the Hydrocarbon Pollution Remediation Project, HYPREP. We thank you immensely. Mr. President, it's needless to mention that the pace of work on the cleanup would have been expeditiously done, but for the administrative and bureaucratic bottlenecks presently besetting the project. We appeal that Mr. President gives appropriate directives to ensure a smoother and speedy implementation of this project. Since the inauguration of the project, there has been a reluctance on the part of some partners to contribute to its funding. We would like to request Mr. President to direct contributors to fulfill their financial obligation. We may also use this opportunity to call Mr. President's attention to a key ingredient of the amelioration and remediation project, which is the provision of potable water to the Ogoni communities. That has not progressed significantly. We request your kind intervention for the speedy execution of these additional water projects. We wish to commend Mr. President's political will to construct the Bodo-Boni Road, and we can confirm that substantial progress has been achieved so far under your administration. Mr. President, we however wish to appeal that this project is completed and commissioned during your administration. We wish to celebrate that with you. Your Excellency, we seize this opportunity to congratulate you on the tremendous progress achieved by your administration over the past 6 years on the building, upgrade, and expansion of critical national infrastructure, particularly roads and railway and power, etc. This will go into the annals of history as progress achieved even with the lean resources. However, the East-West Road Section 2, that's Port Harcourt to Onne Junction, remains completely neglected. We will not want to go into a debate at this meeting. This is not necessary, but it is neglected. It's important to mention that this segment serves the Onne oil and gas free zone, the 2 seaports at Onne, the naval base, and the ancillary facilities, the Port Harcourt refineries, the Element Petrochemical, and the fertilizer company. This road is a vital link to other parts of the South-South. In fact, it's the only link between the River State and Akwa Ibom State. It also links the remaining of the southeastern states. Mr. President may wish to consider the execution of this project under the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund rather than the present arrangement with the Ministry of Niger Delta, which we doubt the capacity to do this project. This Presidential Infrastructure Development Framework is also applicable to the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, the second Niger Bridge, the Abuja-Kano road, and we can see the progress that is making on these projects. These are signature projects of your administration, and we want our own to be part of it. Mr. President, we appreciate your kindness and consideration for Ogoni land and its people. We have pleasantly noted the appointment of our own son as chairman of the Board of Trustees of HIPREP. This, we hope, will facilitate the development of that project. Our experience with cleanup thus far has shown that the process and technology that are being employed, all of them are imported. And when we consider the extent of devastation in the Niger Delta and the consequent pollutions that follow all exploration and mining activities across the country, it's our opinion that we should domicile as much as possible the technology, the process, and the research in these environmental issues in Nigeria. Your Excellency, we therefore kindly request that you graciously assent to the bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Environmental Technology, Sakwe in Ogoni, which has been passed in both chambers of the National Assembly. On the resumption of oil exploration activities in our land, we wish to state that we are open to dialogue with the federal government for a mutually beneficial relationship with ultimate consideration for the involvement and participation of Ogoni people, which we guarantee free access and a congenial relationship with the community, and also guarantee our environmental protection. This, we believe, is required for sustainable progress and ultimate delivery benefits to the generality of the Nigerian Federation. To consolidate on the gains we expect from all that's going on, from the cleanup, we wish to urge Mr. President to prevail on the management of Element Petrochemical to dedicate one of their 4 turbines to provide electricity to the 4 Ogoni local government areas of Kana, Gokana, Tai, Eleme, with the hope of stimulating sustainable economic growth and development. It will also provide gainful employment for our teeming youths and check restiveness. We thank you, Mr. President. Long live the Ogoni people, long live Rivers State, and long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Your Royal Highness and very distinguished people of Ogoni land, I thank you very much for your kind words and recognition of efforts made by this administration to bring progress to your part and all parts of the country. In the past, bad industry practices coupled with security challenges resulted in massive spills with attendant environmental degradation of Ogoni land, which led to agitations and strife. Your Royal Highnesses, distinguished representatives of the people of Ogoni land, I note the need to ensure completion of segment of the east-west road traversing Ogoni land, and steps will be taken to ensure delivery under the Infrastructure Development Fund. As earlier conceived, we intend to complete this vital artery of Nigeria. I am also aware of the passage of the bill on the Federal University of Environmental Technology by the National Assembly and await transmission for further necessary action. This administration has placed the rehabilitation of the Niger Delta as a top priority and has committed a lot of resources to tackle existing problems, including launching a $1 billion oil clean-up exercise to reverse the terrible damage and restore the ecosystem. I am pleased that the restoration and amelioration activities under the auspices of the United Nations and the Vehicle of Hydrocarbon Pollution Remediation Project has commenced work since we assumed office as we promised. We will take further steps to ensure faithful and speedy execution of the project so as to restore the environment and enable farming and fishing activities to resume in the affected areas. Furthermore, we are committed to ensuring clemency and national integration as part of this administration bid to lay the foundation for genuine reconciliation and bring closure to the issues of Ogoni land. The unfortunate incidents of early 1990s leading to the loss of lives of distinguished sons of Ogoni land and the collateral judicial processes are indelible in our memories. Despite the grievous circumstances, the federal government will consider the request for the grant of pardon to finally close the Ogoni saga. Finally, to ensure the stimulation of economic activities in Ogoni land is underpinned by the vast petroleum resources underlying Ogoni land and neighboring communities, NPDC, a subsidiary of the NNPC, has been granted license to operate OML 11. Accordingly, NNPC is hereby directed to engage all host communities, particularly Ogoni people, to ensure inclusive processes of oil and gas exploration and production is anchored on optimum involvement of host communities. NPDC will lay a broad-based program for the emergence of a new Ogoni land for the benefit of the Ogoni people and Nigeria as a whole. I thank you again, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Those of you that were there when I made this statement, when you visited me some years ago, that you should please educate your people that when petroleum say pipelines and so on were broken, the damage done is more to the people indigenous to the place than to the country. My reason is this: most of your people are farmers and fishermen. When you pollute the area, the fish goes to the deeper sea. And your people cannot fish and they cannot farm. So really, those who are responsible for damaging some of the installation, either to siphon the crude or to do anything, they are hurting your people who trust you as their leaders than hurting the rest of the country. I thank you very much.
It's finished. Yes.
Thanks for checking out Symphony on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.